Good morning, students. So today's our topic is integers. Now basically we all know about what are integers. Integers basically comes from the family of rational numbers, and rational numbers come from the family of real numbers, and real numbers come from the family of numbers. It forms a graph like this. First of all, family starts from numbers, then the two branches of numbers can be taken as first real numbers, second is imaginary numbers. Now once again we can count real numbers in two parts also. First is rational numbers, second is irrational numbers. Now these rational numbers can be termed in two parts once again. First is fractions and second part is integers. Now in today's topic we'll study about integers. What are integers? See, integers can be termed as whole numbers in the form of plus, minus, including 0. Whole numbers, both positive and negative. In other words, we can say that natural numbers, both positive and negative, including 0, can be termed as integers. Now see, integers comes with the property of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. First of all, we'll study about the property of integers. First property is addition of integers. Now see, we can study this with an example. Let's say an example we take as we add two integers. 2 plus 3 gives you, means 2 is positive, 3 is also positive, and when two positive numbers are added we get result always as positive. Now take another example. Minus 2 plus 3 is equals to 1. Here 2 is a negative quantity, 3 is a positive quantity, which gives the result as positive quantity. So it depends whether the two integers that we are taking are negative or positive. Let's say the third example is minus 5 plus 4 gives you minus 4. Now please compare this example with the previous example. In previous example we were adding minus 2 plus 3 gives you 1, because minus 2 is less than plus 3 and gives the answer as positive. But in this third example we are adding minus 5 with plus 4 gives the answer as minus 1, because minus 5 is greater than the value plus 4, so we get the answer as minus 1. Also we can term this property as a plus b always gives you an integer as c. When a is an integer, b is an integer and c is also an integer. So the property can be termed as when two integers are added we always get a integer. When two integers are added you always get the answer as integer. Now the addition of integers comes with some properties. First property is the closure property of addition. closure property of addition. In closure property, as we have understood in the previous line, that the sum of two integers is always an integer. The sum of two integers always be a integer. We have taken some examples in the previous line. Now, the next property is commutative law of addition. Commutative law of addition. Now in this commutative law of addition, if a and b are two integers, if a and b are two integers, then the answer should be integer, and if a plus b is an integer, then b plus a will also give you an integer. For example, if we add 2 plus 7, where 2 is a, 7 is b, then the answer will be same as 7 plus 2, where 7 is b and 2 is a, gives us 9. So according to this law, a plus b also give you b plus a. So we have studied about addition and the properties of addition. The two properties of addition, first is closure property, third is commutative property. In closure property, the sum of two integers will always gives you integer. In commutative property, a plus b always gives you b plus a. Now the third property. Third property is associative law of addition. Associative law of addition. According to this law, if a, b and c are three integers, then a plus b plus c can be termed as a plus bracket b plus. This property holds for integers like a plus b bracket plus c is equals to a plus bracket b plus c. For example, we add 2 plus 5 in a bracket and outside we add 3 is equals to 2 plus bracket 5 plus, answer will be same as 5 plus 2 gives us 7 plus 3 is equals to 2 plus 8 gives us 10 equals to 10. We have studied till now about three properties. First is the closure property, second is the commutative property, and the third is the associative property. Now the fourth property is existence of additive inverse. Existence of additive inverse. Now according to this property, a plus bracket minus a is equals to minus a in a bracket plus a gives you the answer as 0. Means that the opposite of an integer a is minus a, and the sum of an integer and its opposite always gives you the answer as 0, which implies that additive inverse of a is minus. Similarly, additive inverse of minus a is a. Additive inverse of minus a is a. Now coming to the next topic is subtraction integers. Now in this topic, for any integers a and b, we define as a minus b is equals to a plus in a bracket minus b. Implies that if we subtract 8 minus 5, we can termed as a plus in a bracket minus 5, which gives us the answer as 3. Now there are no such properties in subtraction of integers as we have studied in addition of integers. Now moving to the next topic, multiplication of integer. Now for example, if we multiply the integer of same sign with the same sign integer, we always get the answer as positive integer. For example, if a is positive and b is positive, the answer C will always be a positive integer. And if a is negative and b is negative, then also the answer will be a positive integer. For example, 3 multiplied by 5 gives you 15, and minus 3 multiplied by minus 5 also gives you 15, which implies that the product of two integers with the same sign always gives you the product as positive integer. Now moving to the next property in multiplication only, if we multiply a multiplied by b where a and b are of both opposite signs, let's say for example if a is positive and b is negative, then answer will always be a negative integer. Please remember this property. It is a very important property regarding with your examination point of view. For example, if 3 is multiplied by minus 5 or minus 3 multiplied by 5, means that both integers should be of opposite sign and the answer will always be a negative integer. Gives us the answer as minus 15, and in this case also minus 15 is the answer, which implies that if two integers of opposite signs are multiplied, then the answer will always be a negative integer. Now we will come to the properties of multiplication. As we have studied in the section of addition of integers, there are three properties in multiplication section. First property is closure property. Closure. One thing I want to tell you, in the case of subtraction of integers, no property holds good because a minus b should not be equals to b minus a. So the property does not holds good for subtraction. It only holds good for addition and multiplication cases. First of all, we will study about closure property. If a and b are two integers, the answer will always be a integer. If a is an integer, b is an integer, then c is always be a integer. For example, minus 7 is an integer multiplied by 6 gives you the answer as minus 42. Implies that closure property holds good for subtraction also. Minus 7 multiplied by 6 gives you the answer as minus 42. All three are integers. Now the second property is commutative property. First is, for any two integers a and b, we have a cross b is equals to b cross a. We have a cross b is equals to b cross a. We can verify with any kind of integer. For example, if we multiply minus 5 multiplied by minus 9 gives us the answer as 45. Another example, minus 9 into minus 5, same answer 45, implies that a cross b is equals to b cross a. This is commutative property. Now moving to the last property of multiplication, that is associativity. Implies that A cross B cross C is equals to A cross B cross C. Let's say for example 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 is equals to 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4, where A is 2, B is 3, C is 4. Similarly in the RHS line, we get the answer as 2 into 3 gives you 6, 6 into 4 gives you 24 is equals to 6 into 4. So the answer is 24 is equals to 24, implies that this property also holds good.